So I don't think I want to have kids like ever in life, okay?
Hey people, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. So in our today's conversation, we'll be looking at the reasons why people don't want kids. So some people have come out to share the reasons why they don't want kids. Kindly watch them and I'll be back to leave my own comment. Please stick around.
Another reason I'm child free is because I was not born with generational wealth and I've had to work for every single thing that I have now. I've had to work for things that I deserve just for simply existing. So no, I will not be sharing that with anybody. I've done enough labor for my life.
People think the reason I don't want kids is because I don't want to be a mother. And it's not just that. I also don't want to be a grandmother. Because you lot are forgetting that when you sign up for motherhood, you're signing up for grandmotherhood. You're mad. Me, Grandma London, never on this earth. When I'm 70, I want to be gallivanting all over the world, going to dinner parties and getting gently dicked down by artificial intelligence. Okay, I do not want to be looking after babies that aren't mine, looking after someone else's kids. I'm not doing it. So even if I met a guy tomorrow who had adult kids and I got with him, at some point, those adult kids will produce tiny babies and give them to me to look after. And I'm not doing it. No, because motherhood is not easy. Okay, I have written a book. I have 4 Guinness World Records. I don't care what anyone says. The hardest thing I have ever had to do to this date is buckle a baby into a car seat. Have you tried putting a child in a car seat? It's like, you think it's just going to be, no, it's 7 little bits and you have to put them in at the right time of day so they all align to click it in, click the square, put 7 bits in the place. And once the baby's in, the way my nails are set up, I can't get the baby out. Motherhood is hard. It's not for me. Let me be free.
In case you needed another reason to, number 1, not have kids, and number 2, work for yourself. Yesterday, my husband and I were talking about how we're just not ready for the summer to be over. Like, we need more sun, we need more beach. Mind you, we just got back from a 2-month-long trip to Europe 2 weeks ago. So we may be a little bit crazy, but that's like also the reason why we chose not to have kids. So we just decided to book a 1.5-month-long trip to Bali. We're staying at this really cool villa, and I'm so excited to continue my tan, go to the beach, get a massage, and go to yoga every single day, eat at all the cute cafes, do a little bit of work here and there. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure it is super rewarding in a different way to be a mother, but having the freedom to live your life on your own terms and do exactly what you want on any given day to make yourself happy is also extremely rewarding, and you should never let anyone else make you feel bad for your decisions.
It irks people so much when you tell them you literally don't want to have kids. I have been very sure of this. I'm 24. I always go, oh, you're going to change your mind. Da, 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 da. If I have kids, I will be shocked, and everybody around me that knows me will also be shocked as well. I don't know why, but it really strikes a nerve in people when you tell them you want your life to be yours. I want my life to be mine until the day that I die. What is wrong with that? Also, while the act of parenting is technically or supposed to be selfless, having a child is inherently selfish. And I have a longer video that I posted about this like a minute ago, so please go watch that. But like I said in that video, I think a lot more people should make the conscious decision to not be parents instead of thinking that that is the next step in life. And the people that get irritated with you when you tell them you don't want to be a parent are the people that are parents and like honestly resent their children and resent their decision. From the day you become a parent, you will always be a parent until one of y'all dies. And I don't want that responsibility. And one more note, a lot of y'all should have pets before you have kids so you can really see how much work it is, what it's like to care for something. And then a lot of y'all probably won't have kids and the world will be a lot better for it. Because I'm gonna be honest, some of y'all should not be parents. And you should know yourself well enough to know that.
So I don't think I want to have kids like ever in life, okay? And the reason why is because I don't have what I feel like is a valid reason to have a child. I feel like majority of times when I talk to people or ask people why it is that they want to have kids, like the people that are very adamant, like I always wanted to have a kid since I was young, and I ask them why, it's always a very deeply selfish, narcissistic reason. For instance, if you ask a man, any man right now, why they want to have a kid, majority of the time they're going to say something about their lineage or carrying on their family name. Like Johnson. You want to carry on Johnson? Okay, that's your business. I'm not even going to say anything, but that's the name you want to carry on. Like, do you think that you're Carnegie Mellon? Like, what are you actually going to give to that kid? Some debt and emotional trauma? I think they'll be okay with that. Or I can't stand behind the people that's like, I never knew love until I had a kid. Babes, it's called therapy. Yeah. You need to talk to a person, a real person about it, not your 5-year-old kid. He don't care. He looking up at you asking, Mommy, when am I going to watch Paw Patrol? And the people that get me the most are the people that are like, I just really needed somebody that was never going to leave me. Whoa. It's called a puppy. It's called a cat. It's called a snake. You need a pet. You didn't need a kid. You needed a pet. So that's why I don't think I ever want to have kids. I can't think of one legitimate reason that's non-selfish and narcissistic to have a kid.
There are multiple reasons why I do not want children, but one of the main ones for me is if I do not have the time, energy, or money to provide my kid with a quality homeschool education, then I am not having them. Argue with your mama. You can tell me, oh, you're taking away the opportunity to socialize, blah, blah. Fuck them kids. Fuck them other kids. The people who enjoyed high school are a different breed. And I'm not trying to have my kid break their neck trying to fit into a status quo that's actually dog shit. That and the education system's just shitty. Like, I got all these books on my shelf that I need to read so I can re-educate myself over bullshit that I learned in school/college. I will say that college taught me a little bit more, but at the same time, it didn't teach me everything I needed or wanted to know. I am 80 to 90% sure that most history textbooks are fabricated so we don't start a fucking uprising in this country. I'm in my 20s right now, just figured out we had a black heritage flag, like where'd that come from? The real reason why slavery was abolished. Most math is fucking useless, and if your way of getting the answer, the formula is a different way than a teacher does it, then you're automatically failed. We don't really teach kids how to pick up a craft anymore, because they got defunded. Most science teachers can't teach. Like, you go into a classroom and they're like, I'm going to be honest right now, most people fail my class, and they say that like a flex. Like, that just shows how bad you are at your job, sorry. Teachers are underfunded, and I promise you there's like 30-40% of them who don't even want to be there. Because either they're not teaching the subjects that they want to teach, or they just hate children. And let's be honest, the school system does not give a shit about stop bullying. They only care when the bully person finally sticks up for themselves and starts a commotion. Like, it's fine when the bullying's one-sided, but as soon as two kids fighting, then oh, suddenly it's a problem. And I don't know if y'all saw these videos, but if we can finally start being honest about how a lot of nurses are just rude and mean and former high school bullies, can we start saying the same thing about teachers? And no disrespect to my men teachers who are really trying to educate these children out here, but in my high school experience, I can understand why people are a little hesitant to having men teachers in the field. Y'all know how many cases I heard about? And since toxic masculinity is still an issue in our society, I feel like that a lot of men need to learn that shit before they're trusted to be around children. All love and all respect towards my teachers out here who are really trying to make a brighter future for these kids, but the American education system is overall a joke. And I'm pretty sure it's a capitalist strategy to make these kids as unprepared for the future as possible. They don't want educated children because educated children make educated adults. Education and knowledge is a threat to capitalism. At least education amongst the masses, not just privileged, rich, palm-colored.
Wow, we thank everyone for being honest. Like, serious, after listening to all the different people, kindly share your thoughts in the comment section below. The most reason why people don't want to have kids is because of personal freedom. One reason people might not want kids is the desire for personal freedom. Raising kids requires significant sacrifice. Some individuals value their independence too much, so they cannot help it to have. Another reason is because of financial concerns. Let's be real and honest here. Raising kids can be expensive, and some people may not feel financially stable enough to provide for the child. Between student loans, raising rent, and unstable jobs, many may feel can barely afford themselves, let alone a whole other human being. Sorry, mummies. I think that is the reason why people don't want kids. It's because of expensiveness. Why bring a child into a world that is burning? Another reason is because of the climate change. For some people, it's not just not wanting kids. It's about not wanting to subject them into a future that feels uncertain and scary. Parenting requires so much emotional labor, and many admit barely have the energy for themselves. So they can't pour out an empty cup and take care of someone else. So they try to protect their mental health. Some people also just feel as though they can't just manage because not everyone has the same life script. Everyone has the different path. So are the choices. Many parents have messed up. And these people see how their parents messed up and they don't want to go through that again. For some, their own childhood trauma is a reason enough for not having the children into this world. Whether it's one reason or a dozen, choosing not to have kids is just valid as choosing to. The best part is more people admitting to this decision without shame. It's important to respect and understand people's choices. Even if they differ from our own, not wanting kids doesn't make someone selfish or inadequate. To end our discussion, please remember that everyone's choice and decision deserve respect. So let's promote understanding and acceptance. Thank you so much for being part of this conversation. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. See you in the next video and stay safe.